Hello everyone. My topic is intelligent chatbot for easy web analytics insights. It is under the guidance of R. Bharat Kumar, Associate Professor, Department of CSE, MITM. Today we are all discussing about introduction, literature survey, methodology, and result analysis and conclusion. Coming to the introduction. In today's world, everything is possible online. From paying the bills to buying a product for a business to survive in this era. In that, a chatbot. A chatbot is a software application which is used to conduct an online chat conversation via text or text to speech by providing the direct contact with a human agent. Chatbots are typically used in a dialogue system for various purposes, including customer services, so infrastructure gathering like that. In most chatbots are accessed online via websites or through the virtual assistants. Next, coming to the main topic, that is intelligent chatbot for easy web analytic insight. An intelligent chatbot that is not only easy to use, but also which is going to help the bot user to drive faster business insight. Bot is friendly as it is respond to the command, greetings and conversation to the users. Actually, the chatbots are built using AI markup language, that is AIML, and the required data which are fetched from the analytical tools from the raw data. There are two types of users in this. One is bot user and a website user. The bot users are the users for whom the chatbot is designed. The bot user would mainly be website owner or the market team members, etc. Now coming to that website users are the users of the website of which the bot user wants to know the performance. Let us consider an example for this. There is an application called Lyft, Lift. It's almost similar to the Ola or Ubers. If the customer requires a ride from Lyft via chat or voice-based command, the bot will tells the current location of the driver and shows the license and the car number like that. In this example, the website user is nothing but a customer, and the bot user is nothing but a website owner or a marketing team member. Next, coming to the literature survey. In this, the first paper is a modular architecture for adaptive chatbots. In this set of conditions are categorized the iterations with the users. Actually, the architecture is composed of different components. It mainly consists of a dialogue engine and dialogue analyzer to analyze the things and the corpus. That is, dialogue engine is nothing but a module of the dialogue which has own peculiar features that makes it different from the other module. And next, the dialogue analyzer. The dialogue analyzer is nothing but a component which is capable to capture the particular features or the context of the dialogue and to manage the variables. As I said, the corpus. Next, the corpus is equipped with the module, sectors, and the planner. Next, in this paper, the conclusion of this paper is the architecture is capable to generate complex behavior of an agent through the real-time activations of the specific modules and they're capable to manage the best conversation between the users. Next, coming to the next paper, that is a medical chatbot. In this, they used the natural language and the Google API for the voice text and the text voice conversation. As I said, the natural language processing. The natural language processing is a subfield of an artificial intelligence concerned with the interaction between the computer and a human language. And also the Google API. Google API speech to text enables the developer to convert the audio to text by applying artificial neural network models in an easy to use API. Next, coming to the conclusion of this paper, it is mainly useful for the medical institute or the hospitals to help the user to freely ask the medical dosage or related queries by the voice-based commands. Next, coming to the next paper, that is an internet relay chatbot using AI/ML. In this, a chatterbot use sophisticated natural language processing system, and also the system recognize the suspicious activity that is performed in a public places. The system will work in a real time. In the future, bot will be able to answer the accurate, and somehow it can also replace the humans in a live support that will save lot of infrastructure and the resource cost. Next, coming to the next paper, that is online shopping management system with a customer multi-language supported query handling AI/ML chatbot. In this, we concentrate on e-commerce system. The e-commerce system sends the customer query to the AI/ML knowledge-based system to get answer by applying some pattern matching algorithm like that. Next, coming to the conclusion of this paper, in this they developed a model of e-commerce site that is interactive to its users with a different services to build a reliable intelligent chatbot. And next paper is college information that bot system. In this, they built using the artificial algorithm that analyzes the user queries and understand the user messages, etc. Which is almost similar to that college in our college that provide the gems website is there, no? It is almost similar to like that only. Yeah, in this, it develops an algorithm that will be used to identify the answers related to the user submitted queries or questions. That's all about the literature survey. Next, coming to the methodology. In this, we are using an AI/ML driven chatbot that is fueled with analytics raw data that will enables bot users to get a business insight by just typing in a query. Let us explain this by giving some scenarios or with an example. Actually, AI/ML consists of three elements such as categories, pattern, and template. Each category consists of a patterns and a template. The patterns are nothing but a possible queries that the bot user may type in, and the template is nothing but a response to the respective pattern. Let us consider an example. That is, let us consider user asked the questions that, "How are you?" The bot will be respond by giving some templates like, "I am fine," like that. The templates is previously stored. When the page is loaded, and every time a website user interacts with the page, the data is collected in a configured variables, which is sent to the analytical servers. Next, propose system. In this, the bot user type the query in the chatbot. The AI/ML develops the chatbot will identify the category of that query. Let us explain the concept by explaining some scenarios. Consider three scenarios. First scenario is nothing but the domain related query that the user will ask. Second scenario will be the general queries, and the third scenario will be none of the above. Let us consider scenario one, that is domain related query. If the query is a domain related, then the chatbot will connect with the data resource. The data once retrieved from the database uh, is then showed to the bot users. Let us consider the example for this first scenario. Let the bot user ask the page which are viewed on August 2018 means the bot will be respond by giving the some result like 3000 pages viewed on the August 2018 like that. That's all about the scenario one. Next, coming to the scenario two, that is general query. The queries that fall under the general queries categories are how are you and what is your name. That's all comes under the general queries. Such expected queries will have their respective predefined response as a template. That is, if the user asks it that how are you, then it is going to be responded with that I am fine, like that templated form. Next, coming to that scenario three, that as I said that none of the above means if it the query doesn't come under that general queries or the domain query, then it comes under this none of the above scenario. If the query typed in a bot user doesn't fall under any of the known category, a default response like invalid query is sent back to the bot users. As I said previously, the scenario will be explained in this flowchart. Let us consider the user query. The user wants to give an query. That query is be identified that which category is based on that, which category it is based on. Based on that, it is going to classify them. If it doesn't match to the any of the category, then it is moves towards the predefined or default response and gives response to the user. If it is falls under the certain categories like a general or a domain category like that, then it is going to be fetch the predefined responses and gives specs to the users with the response. If it is not comes under the general questions like that, then it fetch the data with the matching patterns and the templates from the analytics raw data, and which will be retrieve the data by the users. Next, coming to the result analysis. Uh, Among the queries entered, 85% of them queries are related to the domain, that is web analytics, and rest 15% of queries which comes under the general or unrelated queries, which is represented in the form of a graph. Next, coming to the advantages. Uh, first advantage of this is the accessible anytime. As I said, that chatbots are basically virtual robots. They never get tired and continue to obey your commands. And next is handling capabilities. Handling capabilities means the chatbot can simultaneously have conversation with the thousands of people. Next, flexible attribute. The chatbots are relatively easy to switch from one task to another task like that. And next, the customer satisfactions. The chatbots or the on the other hand are bound by some of the rules and obey them as long as they are programmed to, by giving some satisfaction to the users. And next, coming to the drawbacks, lack of emotions. As I said, the bots can be too mechanical with a predefined program conversation. They can handle the customer request when the flow of conversation follows a specific path. That's all. They do not have any emotions regarding based on that user command. Next, the difficult to create. It is very challenging task to create a chatbot. Require maintenance. Chatbot requires ongoing review, maintenance, and optimization in terms of the knowledge base. That's all about that advantage and disadvantage of this. Next, coming to my applications. They can be used in order food or booking a flight and transportations and healthcare and e-commerce, etc. Let us consider the transportation. There an application called Lyft, LIFT, which is almost like an Ola or Uber. If the customer requires a ride from Lyft via chat or voice-based commands, the bot will tells the current location of the driver and it is going to show the license and car number, etc. In this, the website user is nothing but a customer and the bot user is nothing but a website owner. Similarly, we can use in a e-commerce and healthcare and order food like that, like Uber, like that. And use these applications. Next, coming to the conclusion part, a chatbot that would enables the bot user to just type a query which is related to web analytics, and it will going to give us response immediately. The proposed system, the chatbot is developed using AI/ML, and the dataset is a raw data analytical data. The chatbot is developed using AI/ML as mentioned. The bot user has to follow the pattern by which they can type in a query, and we are going to give an accurate response to the users. That's all about this. Thank you.